I want to talk to you about this and this. Nigeria, Israel, and you. The biggest threat to civilization. The enemy of Nigeria and the enemy of Israel. This enemy has been around for 1,500 years. You might know them as the Turks, the Sultans, the Ottomans, Islam, Muslims, nomadic Semitic tribes. The enemy of God's people, the desert marauders, who did more against African slavery than the Dutch and the Portuguese and the English and the Spaniards combined. They were brutal, barbaric, even more so to the sub-Saharan Africans. Tens of thousands African churches burned, destroyed in the Caucasus regions. In fact, Dracula was fighting them. Did you know that history? Did you know Christopher Columbus was also indirectly fighting them, trying to avoid them? And by the way, Christopher Columbus was Jewish. There was a lot of people converting, conversos, in order to survive. Even the Rothschilds family, the Bauers, out of Frank, Germany, and decided to become the Red Shield family. The history. The Sunnis and the Shias, the Hadith, the Hadith, what they go by, what they teach, the murder and the rape of women, girls as young as 6 and 7 made brides, African men castrated, stealing humans, kidnapping, subjugating them. That's why the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem got so along so well with Hitler. The Muslims are clever. Everyone's their enemy, like the Comanche. They will be hated by the entire world and the world will hate them. But they're clever. And they have certain teachings that allow them to pretend to convert, to not be so barbaric, until they get an upper hand on you. They cry uncle until you get off of their neck, and then they take yours off. There's nothing about the religion that's peaceful. There's nothing about Sharia law that is free. Now, are there some good tenets that you see? Well, most of their women don't dress like prostitutes. That's a good thing. They don't do idol worship of statues. They don't pray to a statue of anybody. Good. Well, no one is commanded to pray to a statue. Those are nice. But there are atheists who don't pray to statues, but they're not beheading you. Don't you know what's going to happen? The writing's on the wall. You should make the Christian and the white man your friend right now. You feminists should make sure you get some good, strong, redneck, red-blooded, American flag-waving, bearded men and start getting behind them and supporting them. Because your little metrosexual, liberal Hollywood boy, surfer, skater isn't going to do a damn thing for you. You need a man with some guts, some brawls. You need a man that's ready to go to battle with his life, bullet or no bullet, with his mind and his heart. You don't need men in dresses. You need men ready, prepared to confront and address the issue. You don't need more people singing and toasting marshmallows in a church. You need monastic warriors like the Knight Templars, monks who were willing to pick up the sword and fight back the enemy, who were raping the nuns. The Ottomans were. The Muslim Turks were. Do you know what's on hand? Do you know what's going to happen? In America, where all of the liberals and the leftists and the progressives, because they're ignorant of history, they know nothing of history, so they are easy ploy for the Muslims. The Muslims are playing the long game. They've been around a lot longer than Western democracy. They've been down this path before, and they've won great battles against all odds because they're just more passionate and crazy, more barbaric and willing to die because they actually believe in something more than higher energy. So they actually put their faith in a book and in a God. Yes, I know their books all twisted and their God's made up, but they believe it. Be careful of the man that believes. He'll always win more than the man that doesn't. People that believe in nothing, stand for nothing, will fall for everything and eventually be destroyed. You are destroying yourselves because you have a Nickelodeon, Disney-esque feminist view of life. They don't. They have the luxury, no, the privilege of thousands of years of history that govern their modern history. That's right. They don't live like in the modern ages, do they? You do. And in a modern age, you're not you. A man's not a man, a woman's not a woman. There's no right, there's no wrong. Truth doesn't even exist. It's all relativism. But there are people that are fighting to defend the Africans against Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, and ISIS, a host of other groups. Muslim Brotherhood, oh, they're everywhere. In Europe, the United Nations, and the United States. The United States is so easy to be taken, not by conventional warfare. You don't need to beat down the United States with conventional weapons. It's here in the mind and the heart, the people. And your children are nothing like you. Your children are nothing like you. They are willing to sell this country away. You're getting old. You're going to die. You know what you left behind? A bunch of progressive, woke idiots. And they are going to allow themselves to be infected by a virus. They are a host, and they do it willingly. They're okay to die. There is biblical prophecy. There is biblical precedent to support what I'm saying. And those of you that are in the know. Those of you who don't, it doesn't matter because you don't want to know. Don't tell somebody something to know because no one, if they don't care to know, they won't know. Those that seek the truth always find it. You better find yourself a powerful Jew to partner with. One who believes in the Torah and follows it. Find yourself a powerful white Christian that believes in this. Because between the Christian and the Jew, those two branches, if they come together, Islam will lose. But I doubt that many of them will, because you're fractured in the white church and you're fractured in the Jewish community, particularly the liberal Jewish people in the West. And the fractured fundamentalists, no, not the fundamentalists, the emerging church. People just want a nice sermon and go on with their life. You're not serious about God's work. You're not even willing to give up your life for it. But if you're not willing to give up your life for God's kingdom, the devil's kingdom will come and take your life and your baby's life and your wife's life because you're not willing to give up your life. Yeah, you just want to be a stay-at-home dad. The man that stays at home will lose his home. The man that goes out and guards his home will defend it and keep it against what's coming. And I don't know how to tell you this. I don't really think much can be done to stop it. But you're not doing anything to make an attempt to stop it anyway, are you? You're just going to lay down and hand over the keys to the kingdom of your family and your life and of your faith to Islam. You're going to give in, aren't you? You've lost the will to fight. Heck, your blood is not on fire. Too late for you. But I thank God there is still fight in Israel. There's some fight still left in Africa and Nigeria. But you in the U.S., you are easy pickings. Just like London. Just like Sweden. Yeah, easy pickings. And the enemy has figured out, skip over Israel. Let's take down the West and we can take down Israel. Let's take down Europe. Who's going to come to their aid? Who's going to help you, African? Not China. Oh, no. China's partnering for the moment. But Islam's on their tail, too. They're waiting for their Mahdi, their Messiah. So you carry on with your useless church services and your little marshmallow cookie apple pie Bible studies, your little Pink Floyd worship services, your bands, your trips, the things that don't matter, the things that will not sustain you, because all you really want is your MTV, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Grammys, your Super Bowl, your Coachellas, yeah, your Burning Mans, your festivals, your Oscars. You're not interested in saving your country. Interested in maybe making money? You'll sell out the country for money. Who cares? You already have. And nobody's fighting to defend the women and children being killed by Islam, the Muslims in Africa, and the ones surrounding our Israeli brothers. But I want you to know something. Our hope isn't in you. You're useless anyway. You already are going to be taken and destroyed. You're no good even for the enemy. But it doesn't take many to change the world. It doesn't take a lot. A few good men, a few Gideons, a few Jeremiahs, a few Davids, a few Josephs. There are a few filled with the power of God. And you will be surprised what a man with God at his back can do. One man. Won't matter the size of your Navy or your Air Force, your National Guard, your Army, the Marines. They are elite group too, aren't they? The Navy SEALs, the Rangers. They don't even compare to a man of God. A man of God is the only man that you should fear. So though it may look like for the moment you're on a path to victory, Islam, you're going to take over a lot. You already have, and you're going to continue to take a lot of ground. It's going to appear like you're winning. And a lot of people in this country are going to lose their lives and their families. Their systems, their government, and everything that they've known is going to become foreign to them. But take heed. Because when you're in the middle of that party and shouting your victory, our God reigns. And the Mashiach, Yeshua, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is going to take you down. But until then, you're going to take a lot of us down. People who don't see who you are in the game you're playing, the mask that you're pretending. I know who you are, you devil. You rebel of God, you hater of Adonai, you murderer. We're in the middle of the book, but I know how the chapter ends. You lose. And many of you who don't know who they are, you are going to lose because you are a fool and they're going to take you down because you have not heeded the warning. You attack those who could actually save your life, the men, the Jews, the Africans who've been fighting Islam. But you in the West and you in Europe, time's up.